There's a strange comfort in staying still, isn't there? In walking the same paths, thinking the same thoughts, living the same quiet repetitions of yesterday. It feels safe, predictable. But beneath that safety, there's a quiet ache. A voice that whispers, you were meant for more. And yet, every time you step toward change, something inside you resists. The unknown feels heavy, the risk feels too real. You tell yourself you'll start when you're ready, when the fear fades, when you have it all figured out. But here's the truth, growth never begins in comfort. It begins in the tremble of uncertainty, in the moments that stretch you just beyond what feels easy. The comfort zone doesn't protect us, it confines us. And every day we stay inside it, a little part of us forgets what we're capable of becoming. We've all felt it, the weight of untapped potential pressing against the walls of who we currently are. It's that quiet frustration that says, I know there's more in me, but I don't know how to reach it. We stand on the edge of opportunity, watching others evolve while we remain rooted in familiar soil. And yet, deep down, we know that the pain of staying the same is slowly becoming heavier than the fear of change. That's the breaking point, the moment life invites us to step beyond what we know. Growth doesn't happen when life is comfortable. It happens when we dare to walk barefoot across the unfamiliar terrain of discomfort, trusting that every step will shape us into someone stronger. We are not fixed beings, we are living works of art, constantly being reshaped by experience. The belief that, this is just who I am, is a prison disguised as acceptance. The truth is, we are meant to evolve. Our limits aren't walls, they are invitations. The fear you feel when you step into something new isn't a warning, it's proof you're entering a space where growth lives. Discomfort is not the enemy. It's the sculptor. It chisels away the parts of us that no longer serve who we are becoming. Every challenge, every stumble, every moment of doubt, it's all refinement, a necessary discomfort that forges strength, patience, and wisdom. When we stop running from discomfort, clarity begins to form. We start to see the outlines of who we want to become and the life we want to live. The vision sharpens when we realize comfort never built anything great, it only maintains what already exists. But purpose demands movement. It asks us to stretch, to fail, to get back up and keep walking. Discipline becomes the bridge that carries that purpose into reality. Discipline says, I will show up, even when it hurts. Because deep down, we know that comfort rewards us with ease, but discomfort rewards us with transformation. There will be moments when everything in you screams to retreat, to go back to what's familiar. But that's when you must stay. Stay with the uncertainty. Stay with the effort. Because on the other side of resistance lies the version of you that you've been chasing. Every great transformation begins with a single act of courage, the decision to stay in the room when things get uncomfortable. And yes, you will fail sometimes. You will stumble, question yourself, and feel lost. But failure in discomfort isn't the end, it's the path. It's how the universe measures your readiness for the next level. Gratitude is the secret that makes discomfort bearable. When we start seeing pain as a teacher instead of a punishment, everything changes. The struggle that once felt unbearable becomes meaningful. You begin to thank the challenges, not because they are pleasant, but because they show you who you are becoming. Gratitude transforms suffering into wisdom, it turns discomfort into the soil where confidence grows. And as we evolve, we learn to listen, not to the noise of expectation, but to the quiet rhythm of our own intuition. Growth requires adaptability. It's about moving with life, not against it. Sometimes the direction changes, sometimes the plan falls apart, but if you listen closely, your inner voice will always guide you toward what's next. That voice, the one that speaks softly beneath fear, is your truest compass. Trust it, especially when the path ahead feels uncertain. So here's your task, this week, do one thing that makes you uncomfortable on purpose. It could be speaking up in a meeting, saying no when you usually say yes, waking up earlier, or chasing a goal you've avoided. It doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be new. Write down how it makes you feel, physically, emotionally, mentally. Reflect on it each night and notice how what once scared you begins to lose its power over you. Because growth is not a single leap, it's a collection of moments where we dared to stretch just a little further than before. The comfort zone is not your home, it's a resting place between adventures. And your story, the real one, begins the moment you decide to walk into discomfort willingly. So take the step, even if your hands shake. Let the discomfort shape you, not break you. Because every time you step into the unknown, life expands to meet your courage. And one day, you'll look back at the fears that once held you, and you'll smile, because they were never walls. They were doors. And you finally had the courage to walk through them.